Hey guys, today I'm gonna go over a couple of small changes that I've made, and I think I want to implement turrets or possibly an environmental effect. I think it's going to be the environmental effect because that's going to be pretty interesting. So, first and foremost, if I simulate game, so are they not? That's interesting. I'll look into that. So something that I've done, if I can pause it at a good point. So, you may or may not notice. So previously, the bots were shooting at exactly where the enemies were. But now, so you can kind of see on this bot's running away, and it's being hit rather accurately by these other ones. So I've essentially implemented movement prediction. So you can see here he's aiming where he's going to be all the time, like they should in most games. You can see this guy. It's not the best time. There we go. So the projectile is almost always getting to where just in front of where the enemy's going to be, and this is fairly standard mathematical equation. So all you're doing is we've got the projectile speed, which I will make a method for at some point on the weapon. So the weapon defines how fast the projectile goes, and then here we can do get drone, get weapon, get speed, that kind of thing. And so we want to, if I do this real quick. Ugh, goodness me. So if we're here, they're there, they're moving this direction. So we want to calculate how long it will take our projectile to get from us to them. So this is this close. It's distance over our speed. Wow, this would be so much easier to do if I had an actual. Well, I could go and get my writing tablet anyway, and then you get their velocity, which is how fast they're going in the direction they're moving, and you're basically just working out how long the travel time is, which is this thing, this part, distance divided by speed, and then I'm adding a bit of randomness, so the AI isn't exact. Otherwise, they are actual aimbots, and it doesn't make for a very interesting fights. But then by timesing the axe's velocity by the time, you're essentially moving a vector by a float, which is going to be, say the travel time was like 3 or 4 or something, and their velocity was 1 along the x-axis. It's going to have the vector's going to be, like 5 instead of 1. It's now going to be 5, 0, 0 or something. And then so what we're doing is we're working out how long this actor's going to how far the actor's going to move at this speed, and it's going to end up, say, around here. And then so now we get the location, their current location, add in how far along they are, and then that's where we need to aim. So so now we aim up here, and it's pretty straightforward. And you can see like with this guy, as he's moving, well, he was anyway, you can see just in general, like the shotgun enemies, all the projectiles are getting very, very close to where they're meant to hit. And if I pause, oh, that was a good time. I made a basic rocket particle effect, which is pretty cool. And then if I close this, I don't need it. So I do want this to be a bit more elaborate, but it serves its purpose. It looks pretty cool. I changed the properties of it so it's a little less homey. It takes a bit more effort for it to hit. The AI can't really dodge it themselves, but at least for players you can kind of evade it to an extent. And every so often it crashes into a rock, which is quite useful. So that's one of the main things. If I pause this again, if it works, there we go. I've also made another actor called a key actor. And this is what I've made the objective class and the respawn point extend from. This was because the asteroid field needs to, so the randomly spawned asteroids need to be cleared out of the objective and respawn point areas. So if I stop this, it basically, you define on the key actors, they have a size somewhere here, key actor size, which is set in both the objective and the respawn point. So we've got this size value, which they use to define their boxes, which you can see in here. And it basically, the asteroid field, which now uses instant static meshes, which are components, which are pretty cool. It now searches through all of those and does what it used to do. It will detect ones which were within a certain distance, and the distance is now now based on the key actor's size value here. So it loops through all of the key actors in the world, which is now both respawn points and objectives, and clears the path around them. However, what this does do, and this is something I haven't tried to do yet, is if I were to do this and do key actor, I don't know why. Did I do that? What? Hang on. Wow, the mouse is really not liking that. How is that happening every single time? Where's my classes? There we go. Right, can't go wrong there. Okay, just straight up crashed. Why? It doesn't do anything. It just exists. Huh? Okay, let's try that one again, shall we? It's just a plain old actor. Literally hasn't functioned. Oh dear. Element, why would it? I wonder why. Huh. How odd. Okay, let's try that one again, shall we? Goodness me. It's not still here, it didn't save. Scroll down the bottom because we're not having that problem again. Okay. It works, but I can't move it. I am not sure why. But if I set this to 20,000, In theory, nothing should spawn in the center. Or thereabouts. I can't picture what 20,000 is. But as you can see, it's cleared out a lot of the asteroids around it. So they're being told not to spawn around there. And if I remove it and we play again, you can see there's more spawning in the world again. There's a bit of there's still an issue with it. I'm not 100% sure why some asteroids sometimes have a habit of spawning on top of each other and things. Sometimes they spawn way too close, blah blah blah. So yeah, but anyway, that works. So I can use it to block out areas if I wanted to create paths within the asteroid field that the characters could move through. Anyway, so yeah. But what I want to do is create an environmental effect. So let's think. My idea would be, for instance, like a plasma storm or a meteor shower that comes across the side of the map. So I'm going to create a base class, which is probably going to be, let's see, let me just see, let's add frequency input. Places spawned. Yeah, I don't know why the location didn't work very well. Oh well. Let's think. So we need to have some kind of base class, which is probably just gonna be an environmental effects, pretty generic, but can I think of anything better? Because it's like weather and stuff, but technically it's in space. It doesn't really count. It's got to be a bit more generic than that. Hmm. Oh, actually, a triggered event. Gotta wait for this to do the old stopping and whatnot. Come on. There we go. Yes, yes. Okay. Right, so in order for this to happen, I don't understand why it was the need to create that. We might need these. I'll leave them there for now. So first and foremost, virtual void. We're going to want something called trigger event, which does nothing in the base class. So now we have this class that can be run and manually trigger, automatically or manually trigger the event. Let's give it a timer. Just going to commandeer one of these again. So detected timer handle, event trigger. We probably want to take the oh, where have I put that? Hang on. Set timer. Oh, it's in function library, so we just need to, what am I doing? Hang on. Probably need that at some point. Okay, so we've got a base class. This does nothing. And then we need to create something else. So gonna fire this up, and then we're going to make it so we have this as a subclass. And hopefully okie doke. What are we going for? Tools, new C++ class. Triggered event. And this is going to be plasma storm event. And we be wanting probably yes. Let's see. So we'll definitely be wanting all of this. It's doing that bloody copy and paste, can't type into things issue. I don't understand that one. Alright, well, here we go again. Wow. Like, how does it manage this? That's just insane. Right, round 2. Good grief. Alright. It's going to be override. We might as well just take this. Never know why it has to feel the need to put these in by default. Get rid of. We may not need to override that in here, but I might find a reason to at some point. Wonderful. Right, so we got the tick one, and then we want the triggered event. Oh, come on. Okay, so what we want to do here is, so my idea is to damage drones in an area. So we want to do, so I've got a method here which is in the functions library, which sorry if I'm going around a lot. Window position, there we go. So we got this static list of all the drones, and inside the character, this is one of the changes that I've made. When we do begin play, we add ourselves to the list, assuming we're not already in the list. And this means that we don't need to do get actors in world all the time. So it's a bit more efficient, I hope. It seems to be anyway. So now we want to do some damage. So we need first and foremost, we need a shape, right? We need some definition of a shape so we can, or do we? Do we actually? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just need a radius. Let's go protected. So let's do float radius. Give it a good old encapsulated fill. Get set. Jobs good. Oops, there we go. Right. So we've got a radius, and we are going to probably want to instantiate that. Something reasonable. 2000's probably alright. Seems to do about the right size for things. You going to accept that, or are you just going to leave that? Okay, whatever. Actually, so what we want is get drones. So I created a few other ones. We want to get drones in radius. So we need a radius and a start location. So radius, get active location. So this is going to get every drone in a certain radius. And then we want to do some damage to it. So we're going to get another float. Damage. Same as before. Get damage, set damage. Okay, so now currently our receive hit requires a projectile, which isn't going to work. So what I need to do is change the receive hit method slightly by actually removing a lot of the core functionality in here. Or in fact, let's think. Do we use projectile anywhere else in here? It's the damage. It's the shooter. And it's in here. So, what we can do is we want to make a take damage method, which has simply float damage. Right, and if I take all of this, I'm going to copy and paste it in here, but the receive hit, so we will take off everything that doesn't have anything to do with the projectile. Yeah, so we don't need that, probably won't need that. And then all we do, take damage. Okay, so we're still doing the same functionality in here, but we're not doing that. Yeah, we're just not doing that in here. We're not doing that in here. And we're not doing that either. Okay, so we're going to do all of that, and then projectile hits us, we run take damage. That's not I'm not in Java, I was just trying to inline that. There we go. Okay, so before I go much further, I'm just going to make sure this still functions. Because all this is doing is incrementing the deaths and the kills, killing the drone. When we kill the drone, we hide things. Yeah, it should be okay. Right. Sorry, I left this one in. Let me just do that. We need to include... You're joking, right? Stop it. Okay. Sure, why not? Goodness me. Definitely be needing that. Right. Are we good now? Oh my god, what the hell? What? Why did I put the function library then? Oh, okay. Sorry, just missing some imports. Create declaration tends to help. We'll get there in a second. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. What? Wait. That had loads of errors just now. Okay. Oh, it's working. So I just need to run it up and see if things can still take damage and die. I'd imagine so, because we haven't really changed that much. Literally just moving the existing code out into here. Well, stuff certainly seems to be dying. I think. Yeah, I mean the shield's going. One died over there. Yeah, I think it's still there. Alright, excellent. Yeah, another one spawned there. Cool, good, right. We haven't broken anything, that's always good. So now what we can do in the plasma storm, so we have damage. So the damage we're going to be dealing, so the rocket launcher does like 60, 50 damage, lasers like 25, so let's call it 20. All we're going to do, take damage, damage. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so now what we want to do, let's see. Okay, so we want to move it somewhere. So we want to do vector. So if get velocity dot is I'm sure that's methods, because that's what I use in the AI controller. Target location. Yeah, it's an F vector, it's nearly 0. Let's copy and paste that just in case. Let's get rid of everything but this. Yeah, spelled the same. Do you know? Whatever. Location equals and get you're joking, right? Right then. Start radius location. Get actor location. We want to go, say, 20,000 away. It's quite big, but it should be pretty good. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then we want to do move to I don't think we've got this because we can't let me just check because I know the controller. Good grief. This is probably the wrong one to be looking at. Yeah, I would have thought it would have been by default, but whatever. Character movement. I suppose we may want it to not be an actor and be something else. Okay, because we have velocity, but let's do this differently. This is possibly a bad way to do it, but we'll see. What are we doing? Vector location. We're just gonna in the tick methods. Vector or target location, and we are going to do a set actor location math lerp. I think we can do this. Hey, that's pretty cool. Wonderful. So we're going to get our actor location, target location, 0.1f. I have no idea how quickly this is going to move us. And this is actually going to be dist. So we're basically moving between 2 points. Let's move in. So this is gonna do a lot. I think it's 10% of the difference. And it's gonna move the actor around. To maybe just to give us something to visualize, I can do this. So where I'm just gonna give us a mesh component real quick. So we got our static mesh. We need it won't be this, but it just gives us something really obvious to look at. I think in here, yep, we've got the sphere, which is just going to be a generic sphere component. There we go, blah, blah, blah. We can leave this all called the same stuff. It doesn't matter. Oh, fuck it. Oh. Sphere mesh. We don't care about that. That. All good. Got a component. We got a trigger event. On tick. So we're going to set a timer, which is end set. What's this called? Timer handle event trigger. Method is a plasma storm event. Trigger event. And the delay, let's say every 3 seconds. So target location is also going to default to vector 0 vector. So what we're doing, let's think. We probably ought to override begin play for this. Let me do that. We want to do good grief. Blah 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 blah. This should be done in a second. Oh, it's just that, isn't it? I'm being an idiot. We want to stop that as well. Okay, so on begin play, we do this. Trigger it after trigger event, we trigger it again. So we do that once, and then we just keep doing this. Excellent. Let's see if this works. Or at least compiles. Right, what have I missed? Oh yeah, that's it. Close. Yeah, okay, I need to navigation system. I don't have it. Oh, no, I do. I think it's that we need. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh, it's F nav location. Um I think that should do the trick. Also, apparently take damage already exists. So wherever I've defined that. Wrong button. This is going to be alright, let's change it to damage drone then. Alright, let's try this again. I forget that the armor engine has a built-in damage system sometimes. Don't know. I don't know. I've never bothered to use it before. I can't imagine why you'd want to use a specific thing for that. Hmm. Okay. Dot location, I know that's correct. Yeah, that's the one that takes in the nav location, so that should be fine. So that should work. And then it's I'm pretty sure it's just dot location. I think that should fix it. Yeah, it was those 3 locations. Interesting. Oh, wait, why is it? Shouldn't this be? Hang on. I missed something. Yeah, I have. It needs the apostrophe there. Alright. I mean, this is a very simple class, so I'm hoping it kind of just works. I believe the sphere shape here is the shield model, possibly. Oh, sorry, it's using the shield instance thing. So, did it save? Did it crash? Why have I not added one? I guess I've not added one. Okay. So we want. Oh yeah, we only just created it, so. Yeah, there we go, cool. So we can kind of see it moving around. Oh wow. Okay. I guess it's just going to dominate the space. Let's see if it's doing damage to things. If it hits this, then we're good to go. Excellent. Okay, so it's functional. Let's see what's happening here. Hmm. That's interesting. Let me just look this one up. Just that. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, I'm being an idiot. Um, we don't need that. We need that. There we go. Here we pass in that. Finds a random reachable point. Yeah, cool, right. Sorry. Close. Let's rebuild. Helps if you put in the actual place it's meant to be. And it did move pretty quickly. Let's change this to 0.01. Let's just rebuild that again. So it moves 10% slower than it was. We select this, we hit simulate. So we can see it's moving very slowly. Oh. Okay, it's a bit too slow, isn't it? But it seems to be doing the trick. Hmm. Obviously, it's hard to tell what it's damaging at the moment, but it's. We come into here. There you go. It's doing damage. Hit one thing there. It's probably gonna hit. There's 12, 13, 2, and I think there was a 12. No. Okay, it's doing it. Wonderful. So there we go. So we've got this. And obviously, we don't want it to just be that. Wow, it's skyrocketing towards there. Um, okay, let's change this to 0.05. This to like 500 to be a bit more reasonable. Let's make this 30,000. Um, Okay, we want these properties to be changeable inside the engine, so let me just go to the asteroid field, copy this. So they're in public, which is fair enough. Just get rid of the protected. This is going to be plasma storm. Radius, damage. Okay, so we got a radius and damage coming out. If I close all but this, do that. So we want a travel distance. Oh, whoops. So this is going to be good grief, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. No, I just did that. Travel distance, which will default to 20,000. We can put that in there. We want a damage rate, which is how often it triggers. Oh, I said rage, whatever. And then we have all of that set up. I'm going to make one called acceleration as well. Which is how fast it moves, does the LURP. Let me do that, copy that. So now we can change all of it inside the editor. So if we hit play, oh wait, stop, I want a particle system as well. So if we come into here, KO, get rid of that. System. It's going to be oh, what am I doing? Storm system, we're probably going to want to for declaration. Go into here, go to the top. Probably going to need all of this. Me. We're going to want the let's get the aura system. Code from here. Shouldn't that be the different one? Where's objective? What does that use? Yeah, aura system 2. Let's do that, and then we have spawn system attached health particle. Let's take this. Sorry, just making it so it's got what it needs. This is going to be storm particles. Radius is going to be radius, F like green, particle size, just make it 40. And then we want storm particle. This is going to be, I think it's a new. What was it called? For fuck's sake. This is why I'm doing this, because bloody telesense doesn't seem to be working for me today. Storm particle. Storm particle. Blah blah. Spawn system attached. Probably up here somewhere. Oh my god. That should all work fine, I think. Spawn system attached. Aura system text bar. Yep, alright, let's see if this works. Alright, we're basically just attaching some generic particles to it. So, that's the radius of the storm. What have we forgotten? What? Probably the forward declaration for that then. Blah blah blah. And then of course I can make my own particle system that works well with it. Or a system undefined. Okay, storm system then. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It's gonna be green, whatever. We should, when we hit begin play, see it moving around. And doing what it was. And we should have access to all the properties. Wow, would you look at that? Radius, its damage rate, acceleration. So if we hit simulate, it's did it just like teleport? I think it's this here. It's all over the place. I mean, I know it's a little ridiculous, but that's pretty cool. Fantastic. But I mean, it's working. Okay, cool. Actually, something that would be good to see is that could be that damage dealt. So we can keep track of how much it's done. And then if I rebuild this, And I believe that's actually the wrong aura system, so I'm going to put that back, and we shall... actually, let's just stop this. Start again. There we go. Pardon me. We want the more static particles for it, at least for now. The radius didn't seem to affect it very much, which is interesting. So if we look in here, we have damage dealt, which is currently 0. uh, has it been unlucky and not done any damage? Are the locations updating in real time? I was hoping... Oh no, damage dealt's gone up. Okay, cool. So we can keep track of how much damage it's doing to people. This is going to be pretty cool because you know, I can obviously do whatever I want with this. Basically, it's just going to exist. So if I stop and I set the damage rate to say 0.2, and we change the crazy acceleration to 0.01 again. We set the travel distance to like 5,000, but we make it deal a lot more damage. There we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, good lord. It's massacring them. I wonder... Apparently it's done nearly 16,000 damage, which I kind of find hard to believe. It's not killing this. Oh, I know. So, we've removed... actual act of killing the thing. Wait. Respawn point damage drone. Here we go. Is that? Yeah. Wait, just copy that. Get rid of that. Put that back inside there. And we want to get rid of this. Do that. Okay, that'll do. Now we should actually be able to kill the thing. And its radius is a bit small. Let's make it 3,000. And travel distance 10,000. 10,000? 100,000? 10,000. I mean, it could go 100,000. Right, let's recompile the code. There we go. Hopefully it should be able to kill things. Alright, there we go. And now I believe it's here. Oh my god, yeah, it's just killing everything. Oh no. Oh, another victim? Yeah, there it goes. Oh dear. Oh, it's claiming so many people. Oh no. So we're gonna have to make it so it doesn't try move too close to a respawn point and stuff. But that's pretty cool. So if I make this like 0.3, yeah, it teleports now. And something I want to do, because it doesn't really move very far, because it only does this once. So we want a while loop here, while this. So we want to make it so the distance is too close, which will be travel distance times 0.7. Something like that. So now it will do that. I'm going to put a break in because I don't want to do it too many times. 0. Always got to put a break in if you're gonna do something like this. Count less than or equal to 30. Count plus. Stop it from spamming it. The likelihood that it doesn't do it within 30 is pretty slim, and it will probably do it almost immediately. And with that in mind, we should be able... Wait, where is it? I don't know if those changes took effect immediately. I know these ones do. God, it just massacred that. Oh, and that one. Yeah, it's definitely picking much greater distances to travel. So, okay, let's make this 30,000. it's just evaporating everything that it's built by, guys. And obviously it's doing damage way too quickly. God, it's in the spawn point. You just watch the damage tick up whenever it goes near something. Oh no. Oh no, don't stay in it, guys. Oh dear. Um Oh yikes. That's pretty cool though. I get the impression its particle effects aren't staying near it. Oh god, it's off again. Excellent. Well, it works. I just need to make the particle effects look really cool. I'll also add a particle effect that's it still places around the drones that it hits, like a little lightning shot that comes down or something. Or it could be pretty cool, and I could do a beam particle between it and all of the enemies. But it could be a non-looped one, so it only happens once, and then it like clears all of them, and then does it again later. Oh, it is just racking up the numbers. That's just wonderful. Right. Also, before I go, I found out that running this in standalone is actually like massively beneficial when it comes to frames, FPS, sorry, because I actually go up to 60 when I run it as a standalone. Oh, and I can leave it running in the background whilst I'm doing other things, which is pretty cool. So I can have like a little, if I put this over here, and it shows the UI, which I've tweaked a bit. We've now got like a kill count and stuff at the top. Oh god, there it is. That one's gonna probably die. Oh, and I've made a camera that alternates between all of the drones. I can't believe I forgot about that. Um, so now I can technically play. I'm still controlling the drone at the start, but I'm not actually it's the cameras taking over drones in the list basically. And god, there it is. It's just a swirly ball of death. So yeah, you've got like total kills. I just did a simple number/number for kills and deaths. I finally managed to limit the percentage, the objectives. Where's the swirly ball of death ended up, I wonder? Oh, I can't see it. There's a drone stuck there for some reason. I might set the plasma storm on a timer rather than a location-based thing, so it changes location like every 10 seconds or something. But we'll see. I could also set it to, I could create a variant that uses a spline and make it on a fixed path that rotates around the map in a spiral or something. And then it just aggressively goes from one point to the next until it reaches the start. We haven't seen it in a while. I wonder where it's ended up. Could just be hanging out of the just off screen somewhere. Because it's got a lot of places it can end up. I made the objectives timer every tick every second because that was getting a little annoying. Possibly using a lot of frames and things. Some of the bots are just kind of AFK. Not sure why. And some of them are stuck on the rock asteroids, which I need to fix. I need to attach a nav mesh modifier to the asteroids somehow, so that they can't spawn there even if they tried. Why on earth is the storm gone? I wonder. Oh well. We can't really do much here. I need to add a button, probably like middle mouse button to enable and disable it. Oh, it looks like it's over here. You can see the large particle effects off in the distance there. Just see if we can. Oh, we nearly got there. God, look at this trooper. 30 to 15. It's a 2 kill to death ratio. Oh, it's over here. You can see these particles moving. Anyway, yeah, we'll stop this. So yeah, that runs a lot smoother, basically. So yeah, we've gone from not having this to having it. Which is pretty cool. Well, I think so anyway. Fantastic. So yeah, let's change that. Let's change that to 20,000. Leave that as it is. 100 damage isn't too bad. Radius, probably alright. Yeah. Don't know why these guys don't start at their respawn points like I got them to in the past. Yeah, he's just floating along. You going to get there? There we go. Damage is racking up. I think I'll make the AI not try and avoid these because the whole point is it's like a bit of a coal. Because the AI is kind of busted. Like you can see how accurate their projectiles are now. I think the players will probably find them very hard to deal with, which I like because too many games have really crappy AI, and I want the AI to actually be better than players. But the idea is that when the match starts, it will be multiplayer, right? But certain amount of the teams will be initially filled out with AI and then replaced with players. So each team will have, say, 4 AI, and then as players join teams, the AI get replaced with player controllers. But it means you've always got some action going on and stuff. So, and you can play it single player, like as a multiplayer game kind of thing. But yeah, that's all. That was really cool. The code's really, really straightforward. I mean, we've just got an actor that moves around randomly, gets actors in a radius, and then deals damage to them on a timer. And if I wanted to do, say, that timer event that I was talking about, wherever the thing is, wait, um, hmm. What happened to the timer? handle. Oh, it's in the base triggered event. I'm being an idiot. Right, we need one of these ourselves, that's why. Make these ones private at least. So we want a one called move. We want an operation called void called move. Create implementation. We want this. We want move. It triggers itself. And then we take this, we put that in here, and instead of this, so we run move. Let's make it. Actually, let's make it a property you can change as well. Move rate. So we want a move rate in here. We want to set the value here. So every, let's make it, yeah, every 10 seconds, that's fine. And then all we do, so ticks the thing which is actually proactively moving us. We just call move. Oh, and in fact we can just call trigger event in here as well. So it triggers as soon as it starts, and then the trigger sets that going. We've got move handle, move event, move rate. Yeah, so that will call move, which will get the location, blah blah blah, and then we'll call move rate, move again. Yeah, wonderful. Does the whole count thing, gets that. Just make sure this compiles. Should be fine. Blah blah blah. And then we can of course now change the move rate inside the editor. Come on, you can do it. Hoping I haven't made any significant mistakes here. Wonderful. Well, there we go. Right. I would test this, but it's probably going to work. I haven't really changed the code much more than move it into a timer-based function rather than a tick-based. And we're still doing that. So yeah, cool. I don't know if anyone found that particularly interesting, but that was a lot of fun to do. And as I said, I will make a more elaborate particle effect system for it, which will trigger a particle effect on the drones. Possibly a beam. A beam would be pretty cool to figure out. Something like something that has some distortion where it arcs in random sort of pattern directions towards the target, that then the opacity decreases over time, so it becomes less visible, and then it kills the system entirely when it stops. Something like that. I think you can automate that, so I'll figure it out. And yeah, hopefully show that off next time. So I'll see you guys around.